Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how to write notes with stems on the musical staff. In our last video, we talked about how to write note heads on the staff. We also mentioned that there are different types of notes. Some have the note head, some with the note head, the stem, and then some also with the flag. You can check out that video in case you missed it. Now I want you to pay close attention to this piece, Swans on the Lake for piano. If you look at all the notes in this piece of music, they all have the note head and the stem. But again, if you take a closer look on them, is that some notes are facing up and some are facing down. That is what we want to talk about in today's video. When do you know how to write a note with a stem pointing up or facing up, or when do you write a note with a stem pointing or facing down? So we also talked about the staff as a group of 5 lines and 4 spaces. But for us to know when a note with a stem has to point up or down, we want to take a closer look at line number 3, which is our marking point. So line number 3 is our marking point on how we write the notes with stems, whether they have to face up or down. So the first thing, if the note head of a note is below the 3rd line, the stem is going to point up. Again, if the note head is below the 3rd line, the stem has to point up. And that stem, by the way, has to be on the right side of the note. Number 2, if the note head is above the 3rd line, the stem has to point down. If the note head is above the 3rd line, the stem has to point down. And that particular stem has to be on the left side of the note head. Now we have mentioned about if the note head is above the 3rd line or if the note head is below the 3rd line. What if the note head is on the 3rd line itself? What do we do? So when the note head is on the 3rd line, the stem can either point up or down. When the note head is on the 3rd line, the stem can either point up or down. So one thing we want to add is that your notes with a stem should never look like a 9 or look like a B. Your notes should never look like a 9 or look like a B. That is those notes that have stems. They should either look like a D or like a P, whether shaded or not shaded, depending on what type of note you are writing. So if you see that the note you have written looks like a 9 or it looks like a B, then you have to change the stem where it is. Is it on the left or is it on the right? I hope you learned a thing or two in today's video. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so, and also click on the notification bell for updates on later videos.